I would want, and it doesn't even have to be an updated graphical remake, I would want a remake of Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, put in normal controls, and my opinions of those Zelda games would just skyrocket. Skyrocket, because hiding under the motion controls in that game, which are great Zelda games, but it's just like the motion controls in those I can't get past. It doesn't make me want to replay them. So Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, play them normally. I'd be down for that.
I'd give those games another shot if that happened, for sure.
So for my topic that I was kind of thinking of for this week, I kind of piggybacked off of our the last podcast episode. Gave me a little bit of inspiration on just a couple of the ideas. So plus this kind of ties in kind of well with what we were previously talking about. For a future Zelda game, so not a remake, whatever, a future one. What timeline should it be put into? Or should perhaps even a new one be put in? Like, which timeline do we kind of like the most? And would we like to get a little bit more, like, action in it?
I'm highly biased, so I'd say child timeline.
You're always biased.
I'm highly biased, and we'll get to this a little bit later in the show, about the timeline and my thoughts on it. So I want it before it's split into this 3 timeline nonsense. So put it somewhere after Skyward Sword or after Minish Cap or something like that. That's what I would want.
I think for me, probably... I mean, we've got quite a bit of the child era, so I think I'd kind of be more interested a little bit in the adult era.
Quite a bit. We only have 3 games in the child timeline. 4 if you count Breath of the Wild.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean... well,
looking at my official list here, in the adult timeline too, we've also got freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Runder.
Wow,
say that 10 times fast.
Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land.
Don't forget about color changing Tingle's Love Balloon Trip.
Oh my god. Can we include that? Please?
And with the addition as well of Tingle's Balloon Fight and Four Swords Navi Tracker, which leads us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in the adult timeline. Of course,
Okay, so
since most of those games are maybe not what we'd call canon, I guess we can narrow it down to 3.
Yeah, so child timeline only has 4 if you count Breath of the Wild, and Downfall timeline has 5.
I wouldn't count Breath of the Wild.
Because we don't technically know.
Oh, we know.
I think that Breath of the Wild is like just its own thing.
So should we get a new game? Should it be kind of, and this is where I piggyback off of the previous episode, should it be more like an RPG game?
Yes.
So, customization, etc.
Yes. However,
Yeah.
comma, again, I will point out that I don't mind Zelda as an action adventure game, but
I don't either. I like it.
But I think more RPG elements, like a la The Witcher, Mass Effect, Skyrim, etc., would fit just fine.
Oh yeah.
No. I say no.
Why?
You can make it as RPG as Breath of the Wild was. Maybe introduce, a little bit more variety into your dialogue options, but
and I mean it wouldn't go, I'm not talking like full RPG, but just a little bit of like a
Breath of the Wild was
a little bit of a leveling system,
No. Get that leveling system out of Zelda.
You know what?
No. The only thing I would
Weren't you just arguing last episode for a more Zelda RPG feel, especially old school, where it was all about leveling?
Let me rephrase that. If we're talking like a spin-off side game that is specifically an RPG, if you're asking me if I'd ever like to see a full-blown RPG, yes. A Zelda RPG, yes. If you're asking me if I want the next mainline Zelda game to introduce like leveling systems and other, you can customize Link's hair and whatever like that. No, get that out of here. No. I think that the strength of the weapon system in Breath of the Wild, where like your weapons had a certain power beside them, is as far as I ever want to see that go. And
I would,
I don't know if I'd ever want to see,
because I hated having certain items that I absolutely loved, and it'd break and be like, well, now I have to go find another one, hopefully.
Well, that's what I mean though. Like I don't even know if I liked Breath of the Wild's weapon system, let alone I want to see like more customizing with that. Like I want Link to, you know what I would be down for is Link to have like, maybe you could customize the Master Sword and level up the Master Sword, so that you could unlock new sword attacks, new combos, you could do like a bunch of cool stuff with it. But like, if we're talking, Breath of the Wild was so close to being Skyrim already, and that's as far as I want it to go. Call me old-fashioned, but whatever.
I don't know about that. I think it definitely it borrowed a lot of aspects from Skyrim, but in execution, it kind of did not pull off the same feel.
Well, it was still a Zelda game at heart, right? But like, I feel like if it has more RPG elements, will it be a Zelda game at heart?
I think it tried to be a Zelda game at heart. Unfortunately, there were just I loved the things that they introduced into it. I just wish that they had committed more and explored more of those options as opposed to kind of holding back.
Which I think is, in the new game, kind of where that would fall into play, is that they would get to incorporate more of that stuff and not hold back so much.
Yeah, I'm not saying like turn it into a full-blown RPG. If they did,
no,
that'd be interesting, but
just add like certain little elements of it. Nothing too crazy or anything, but just a few different ones.
I still stand by, for a mainline entry Zelda game, Breath of the Wild is like as RPG as I'd want to see it go.